You know what I mean? Like you can't just sit on a coin forever and wait for Moon and Lambo. Like that's those years are done. Like you need to learn how to take profits and beat the system. And this is one of those ways.
Yeah, the that's kind of like so. At first, I was like, we were going through different steps, right? So I just what I wanted to do was kind of like to get the mentality part right. So in the beginning, we had a trading academy, and the trading academy taught like literally 7 longs and 7 shorts. And then it became too confusing because if you were a scalper or a sniper or a position trader or a hodler, you couldn't figure out which trade went with what. You didn't know, like a lot of times, like remember I used to always say, hey guys, don't trade with anything less than a 1 hour. And then everyone was like, okay. And then what it is that you use the 1 hour to figure out the trade's trend, and then you scalp or snipe on the 3 minute and the 15 minute. But see, that was just too many moving parts to where people couldn't decide because one guys they were always stuck on the 1 minute. I'm like, why are you trading on the 1 minute? Because they became snipers, but they never had the setup of the trend. So they were literally their trades were 50-50. Like there's no odds in that. You're flipping a fucking coin. You're gambling. So then after talking to everyone and going through all their mistakes, I realized that there's just too many moving parts, and we need to get down to the master trade. And that's why I did the boot camp. The boot camp was about finding a master trade, a trade. The only trade you need to do, a pullback trade, a very high percentage trade, a trade you can count on to happen literally 90% of the time. And then when you learn to capitalize on that trade, then it becomes the only trade you really like to do. And once we did that, like you were in the boot camp, right? When you first saw the master trade, what'd you think?
That's all I do now.
It's all right. So
It
before,
makes money. If it ain't broke, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, so that's kind of like that's where that was. So at that point, like how many different trades were you trying out a day? Long, shorts, all types, right? What were you doing?
I was doing moon resets. I was doing position trades. I was doing snipers. I was just all over the place because I was trying to learn futures. I wanted to learn it all. I was spending 15 hours in front of the screen every day. I needed money. I was trying to force it, and then like I had a rough month, and then all of a sudden, like when you showed the master short, the pullback trade, I was just like, all right, I'm only gonna do this. Focus only on this trade. And now, I mean, I see other trades happen, and I'm like, you know what I mean? And now I'm just like, well, why? I mean, I know this one works. Why don't I just hit this trade 7, 8, 9 times out of 10, and I'm making money and I'm taking profits,
Right.
paying bills.
And that yeah, yeah. So that's where the boot camp understand an example of it because you went through the program from the beginning to the boot camp to the next thing. Plus, you have all the other trading styles that you've tried, and you're like now you can look at stuff and you see all these trades happening, and you can actually see them now, right? Because you're not hunting them anymore. You know exactly what you're doing. You're like a primed predator. You know what I mean? You're just like, all right, you're gonna do a little move. That's nice. You're gonna wiggle, okay, and then you're like, oh, okay, now you're coming to my place. You know what I mean? Then it just gets more exciting because you know it's like, all right, this is my zone. This is what I do. And now we're just moving to where it's like one master long, one master short, right? And now we're just advancing the system to holding people accountable because every time in the academy you're supposed to post when you see a trade, when you see an RSI, when you see what's happening, and you see all these things happening. You're supposed to post so that I can. It's really for me to see that you are doing the review. Well, hold up. These guys really want to get. They're trying to FOMO me into Casper right now. All right, guys. So as soon as that 15 minute gets to the top, guys, if it rejects here, which it looks, see how this moon right here? See that 15-minute moon? If that 15-minute moon rejects here, I'm going to be looking to put some buys up in here. It's hitting my zone here at 4 cents, you guys. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of pressure here. I'm going to put a little buy zone here above the 4. Okay. Buy a little bit there. Now what I'm going to do here is at the current price, I'm going to add a little bit numbers here. So I did a 20% entry. I'm going to put a little bit higher there because I expect it to keep pushing. Hopefully it pushes a little more. And that'll give us another short at a higher level. So I'm expecting it to push a little more, but I'll get a little more aggressive when that 15 minute starts to sling down, guys. But so by having the ability to now, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because my muted. I don't know why that did. There we go. How about that? You still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right. So the whole thing comes down to like the reason why I'm always like, guys, post the tops of the 2 hour RSI, post 1 hour RSI, post 4 hour, right? Because the real trade is the 2 and the 4 hour. So if you just post the tops and the bottoms of the 2 and the 4, then everyone can go look and find the 1, the 15, and the 30, right? But that also lets me know that people are paying attention to the system, and then I can go see the trade. And then they can post like waiting for the 15-minute to top, entering on the 3-minute trend and moon, right? Then I know they're entering a trade properly. I can go look at the trade and I can point out anything that's wrong, like the volume is way too high. This is not set up. Your 30-minute hasn't broke below the 90, right? All the little things that are your checklist. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we covered in boot camp. Checklist. This has to be this. This has to be that. That just improves the percentage of winning your trade, right? But a lot of people they find it hard where they can't like to 4 hours crossing RSI. Are you looking for a long? Continue the short. I just got confused. Gus, we're continuing the short. We're just letting that, right? How do you know that we're in a short? It's because we are trading with the trend. The trend is the 4 hour. 4 hours broke through our 90. We're going with our 2 hour, which is the rest of our trend. Right now it's just doing its normal. It's had its first push. The second push is going to be off of this 1 hour push up and then the breakdown. So we're watching the 30-minute and the 15 to give us signs of rejections. And we can see right now that the 15-minute is fighting the area of this moon, right? If it hits that moon, it'll get a little push in this area here. That's where we want to buy. And then we'll kind of head down. So right now I have a 4005 target where my next target to buy is that level right there. Right there. There we go. So my targets are hitting right now. So I'm picking up shorts right here. All right, see? Should be not quite yet. Not quite yet. 44004. So I need one more little push. And then I'm going to put a 4007 because I'm going to look for a wick on a buy there. All right. So that's what's really kind of good about the ability to post. And I realize that most people aren't posting that, and I got to be on top of that, and that's what we're going to really focus on is posting 2 hour RSIs, 4 hour RSIs, tops and bottoms, so that I know that people are engaged in what they're doing. So that's why the 7 trade comes in, because that is where when you're not holding yourself accountable on the Discord, you're now holding yourself accountable on the for yourself. You hear me, guys?
Yeah, and just because you post something in the Discord doesn't mean for everyone else to jump in on that trade. Also, that just means go check out the indicators and see try to pick holes in it. Find something that's wrong that we can discuss, or what we're waiting for until it is the proper time to jump in.
Right, and that's the second thing. I think that's so. I think the next video I make, right, because I'm putting these videos in order now. So I think the next video is going to be what you see in the Discord, the posting of something, right? What it really means is when you see a posting of a 2 hour, 4 hour, that means you need to go do the system where you look at the 1 hour, the 30, the 15. It could be an hour to 2 hours, maybe in 3 hours before a trade sets up properly, but at least you're aware that those trades are coming, right? So it's not a trade to jump in, it's a trade to review. And then when you review it, you need to post in the Discord, yeah, but look at the volume's a little bit too high. You guys should be answering those posts. Like I know Richman, or was it Richmo? Richman's always posting. He's like, nobody ever replies. And I'm like, well, most of the time they're not going to reply because they're just seeing what is posted. But you guys should reply. Boogie has a good point. You should be poking holes in what's next. So if you see a 2 hour coming down, you should be posting that the 1 hour is on the way up. So you need to wait for the 1 hour to come back down. You guys should be posting what is wrong or what you're waiting for next. So as a group, you guys are starting to get the same thought pattern together to where you're like, oh, you're right, the 1 hour needs to go up. Oh, the 15 minutes just started its way up. This just happened, right? And it allows you to start seeing the trades because people are pointing out different aspects of like, oh, the volume's above the 8 line on the 30 minute. The volume, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you guys are going to start seeing all these things that you know, but you don't go over and you don't set yourself up to win on by having that, right? This is why I always say get sticky notes, put the sticky notes on top of your PC, volume below the 8 on the 30 minute, volume below the 4.5 line on the 15 minute, right? Post that shit. Put those stickies on your computer so that way you don't make those mistakes, right? You want to be in a position where you're constantly doing the right thing. You don't need, this is what I have to say, you guys, you don't need to be in a trade. You need to be in the right trade, right? You need to be in the right trade. And the right trades come. Just take your time. Remember, we're looking for 5 trades a week to hit our goal, right? 5 trades a week, right? 7 trades in a row that you hit your 50% profits. And then you move your bag, right? So if you're following those 2 systems, then you put yourself in a position of winning. And then that is where you really take advantage of, you know, how to grow your bag and grow your profits. So the next videos I think we'll do is breaking down of, you know, posting systems. So I think the thing is I did a video on the system, the last 3 videos. So I'm trying to figure out what goes before that. And I think what goes before that will be a breakdown of getting MEXC, how to sign up at MEXC, and then so I'll just do the video over. So I'll do a video on, okay, next thing is get MEXC, signing up for MEXC, how to send money to MEXC, and then from there will be a tutorial on MEXC, and then those videos will be 5 minutes each. So I'm gonna start timing the videos out so they're a lot quicker, and then we will rotate into just breaking them down to the next level. All right. So now that I hit my target, I'm moving my target up here. It's a 40009, and I'm going to hope a little bit more that I get a better entry there, but we'll see. But once again, guys, I'm not getting too serious in here until I see this 15-minute moon reject, where it hits this and comes back down, and the 15 minutes starts to come back down. Because keep in mind, we still have a 3-minute green trend and a 3-minute green moon. So right now we're not too healthy into a short position. That trend needs to go back red, and we need a red moon. So let's take a look. Yeah, so we have a green moon right now and a green trend. So right now we're waiting for that 3-minute moon to go red, and then I'll kind of see that we'll be coming to the end of this push. So remember, guys, right now we need a 3-minute red moon and a 3-minute red trend to start showing its face in this area, right? And that's where, so right now I'm about 30% into my bag. I'm gonna wait until this area hits here, and that's my new shorting area. So this is another thing, guys. This is why I'm waiting there. I'm buying a little bit at a time right now because I'm just cost averaging. But for you guys, like for your short, you want to wait until you have a 3-minute red moon, 3-minute red trend, right? So just follow the system. That's another thing while we're trading online. Don't come out of the system if I'm like trading a little bit different than what you see. Why is there a gap here? You see that gap on 3-minute? And if I come out of the system a little bit for you guys, let me reset this here real quick. What is that 3-minute gap? Is my candles different? Hold on. Oh, that's why. I need Hakiashi. Like, what is going on here? There we go. Okay, that was way better. Okay. So make sure, guys, you're following in here. So if you're going to short Casper in the long run, Casper is probably going to hit 41.5. Just make sure that if you're in the academy, you're waiting for everything to go your way. So you're waiting for a 3-minute red moon, 3-minute red trend. We don't have that yet. So that's the entire purpose of what you're waiting for. So that's kind of where my next purchases are going to be, in that section right there. But as far as like what we're going over, I think breaking down the academy on the next things. And I always check if you guys can hear me because my mic goes in and out on Discord. You guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So I think the next thing is that the first thing is the 7 trade. What are you on, Gio? Are you on a 50x? Are you on Casper? Casper only lets you do a 50x, bro. Casper's only a 50x. So I think the first video is the 7 trade challenge. I think the next one will be setting up MEXC. Go to the link, get MEXC. I'll make that video real quick. And then once you have it, transferring money to MEXC. And then I'll go into the MEXC on placing orders. So how to set your profit, take loss profit, and your take profit and your stop loss. Then once that's done, then I'll go into the twin bag system. Or I should actually, I'll go into, that's where we'll put the 3 videos I just did on the trade. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the twin bag system after that. Okay. So there we go. We'll set them videos up. I'll knock those out today. And I think from there, I think we'll have a pretty nice setup as far as, you know, how it all looks at the end of the day.
Hey, VC, add to the 7 trade challenge that, you know, one of the biggest mistakes I made is that when I sat down for a session, like I was like, all right, I got to be in a trade right now. But like your goal is to find the trade. The job is not to trade. The job is to find the trade, right? You said that a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stuck with me, and that a lot of times people sit down and they're like, all right, what are we getting into? Like it doesn't work like that. You have to find it first and wait for it. Wait for the trade to come to you. Don't force it. Don't chase it.
So that's the one thing, like you're going to see in these new videos, right? And this is why I'm going to time these videos too, bro. I'm going to set these videos at 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to time them out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the video 1, the 7 trade challenge. I'm going to remind them. And then part 2, I'm going to also, I'm going to cover the kind of like beating in, you know, the scripture, you know what I mean? The 10 Commandments. Like I'm just going to touch base on the rules, right? So no matter what they're doing, they always hear in every video, all right, guys, now that we're doing our 7 trade challenge, right out the gate. And then I'll say something like, all right, so here's what we have to do. Don't forget, we're not here to trade. We're here to find the trade. I actually like that. And that way it's just constantly reminding the guys that we're not here, we're not in a rush to get a trade. The 7 trade challenge is to find the right trade 7 times in a row. Doesn't matter how long that takes, but we're here to make sure that we're making the right trades. So I think repeating that over and over is what I need to do better on all the videos that we're making now, so that people start to, it's just what you hear. Because I'm so confused. Like I read the chat sometimes and someone's like, I'm doing 2% or 5% leverage. I'm like, listen, the system is 100% leverage. You got to be entering properly. Like, guys, just follow the system. So now I just want to get to the point where we're teaching a system and then we're all talking about the same thing. So that's just repeating the system over and over and over until that's all we really talk about. It's like that's pretty much the goal of like of repeating everything, right? Just say it over and over and over until it just becomes what it is, right? It's the system. It's just what we do. So that way, when everyone's talking, we're saying the same shit. Like 7-day challenge, guys. We have the 7 trade challenge. 7 trade challenge, guys. We're not here to find a trade. We're here to find the right trade, right? Constantly just hammering on top of like what we're doing as far as our positions and our trades, and just knocking out the same thing over and over. That way people understand, like, all right, I'm not here to you know, do anything but master a trade that I need to master. That keeps it simple. So those key points in there, I think I'll cover the 7 trade challenge every single time. We're here to find the right trade, and then that way we're just covering it the same thing. And then I'll make those into the boards, and then I'll post them every single day. inside the Academy chat. So we're always going over. Trading challenge, guys. If you want to sign up, guys, just send a Gmail. Everything that we do is in Gmail. I don't send messages on TikTok, guys. So if you're getting messages on TikTok, then it's not me. We just hit our target of 4015. That's what we were talking about earlier. This is the area that I would be looking at where I would be waiting for my 3-minute red moon, 3-minute red trend. So if you guys want to sign up, have any questions or anything like that, thanks you, Argento. Appreciate you sharing your knowledge. No problem, guys. You know, we're trying to build a big community here. The goal is to teach and educate many people to do one particular style of trading. And that way, inside a Discord, a community, you have a bunch of guys that are trading the same style. And that way you can find, locate, and make more trades. Because if there's more of you doing the same trade, but you're looking at 1,000 different coins, then you're going to find your trades a lot more. And you'll hit your goals and your targets a lot more because you have multiple people giving coins and watching charts that'll allow people to be more productive in their trading. So they're not out there on an island. They're in a nice, you know, family and group, and they're sharing, you know, what they're seeing and what they're getting, and that will open the gates to, you know, what we see in the future, which will be more profits, better earnings, and that'll just keep everybody, you know, that'll help with the 7 trade challenge when you're not looking, because a lot of times that, you know, we focus on, like, I haven't looked at any other coins except I think we're looking at Casper for the last 3 days, but you know, a lot of guys trade all types of coins, and then you'll be able to get in on those trades, or at least they'll, you know, alert you of what's happening, and that will help increase your trading and put you where you want to be. And that'll get you all set up. All right, let me see here. I might use this trade here to do a quick video before I go. All right. All right, there we go. All right, let me do a quick vid on this, and we'll get out of here. I gotta go get something to eat. All right, so yeah, I like that, Boogie, man. I appreciate your feedback, brother. How's everything going out there? Boogie. If you guys don't know Boogie, man, make sure you ask Boogie. Boogie is the lead. I don't want to say we're gonna get a better thing than students, man. But I mean, yeah, Boogie's the lead student out there. He's gone through all the programs, and he is very helpful in the community. And he can, you know, definitely point you in the right direction of what you got going on out there. So that is definitely good feedback. We're gonna use that feedback, and then we'll put it into the Discord. I'm gonna stop this stream because I got to do a quick video on how to do MEXC trades real quick. Give me 1 second here. I gotta pull up my clock. Start keeping myself on a